YouTube, what's going on? Back with another video, and today I wanted to cover something that I haven't seen any other creator talk about yet. We've only seen Gacha Smacks say this, and they said it about 3 hours ago. Why 4411 is better than 4331 in Wuthering Waves. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I dropped a whole rant video on what I think is the problem with the echoes in Wuthering Waves, and the problem is the 3-3-star echoes. A little TLDR, if you go to Pridewind real quick, and you can see the 3-star echoes, the problem with these is this. The 3-star cost echoes can literally roll with anything. They can roll with Arrow, Glacio, Fusion, Electro, Havoc, Spectro, etc. So, for example, if I'm picking a 3-star echo off the top of here right now, this Scion Feathered Heron, this can roll with Arrow or Spectro, but then I could probably get a fusion bonus damage on this, which makes no sense at all, and it's very frustrating. Or if I pull up the game right now and actually look at my legitimate echoes, right? So let's go here for a moment. I could roll a Rose Shroom that's Glacio damage, but it gives me arrow damage bonus, which makes no sense. There's no reason that an echo that can only roll Havoc and Glacio is giving me arrow damage bonus. This is a problem. And so I'm curious to see what Gacha has to say, because again, I don't know if 44111 is going to be better, and I don't think it's going to work with every single set, but I think it will work with a majority of them. I think a majority of the elements have 2 different types of 4-star echoes. So let's just get right into it.
And welcome back to another video by yours truly. So I've been getting this question a lot in the community, especially when I'm streaming. Hey, Smack, what's the difference between 44111? Is it worth running that, or should I go 433?
4444444 by JZ11. That is infinitely easier to farm. It's just straight up infinitely easier to farm. One-star echoes are only dropping HP, attack, defense. That's it. Right? These 444s, you can farm infinitely, and you don't have to sit there inside of your data bank plucking at fucking echoes all day. So off rip, it's easier, and I could see the substats being a lot easier to obtain due to the fact that A, you could farm them. By substats, I mean specifically crit damage. I can see those being much easier to obtain, especially with the fact that A, they're infinitely farmed, and that could roll on the main stat as well, as opposed to for the 3-stars, you can't roll a main 3-star with like a crit rate damage. So, and crit rate is very big in this game. There's a massive emphasis on crit rate. So I'm not gonna lie to you, Gacha might be cooking here, bro. This man might be cooking. All right, let's continue.
311. I've been getting that question so many times. It's actually insane. And as a free-to-play player, I think I can, provide a good degree of insight on how it's been working for me. I have been personally rocking 44111 on my Calcharo, on my Havoc Rover, and on my Donjin. And that's because Havoc and Thunder are the 2 elements in the game. There's another element too. I think it's the Moonlight set, where you can get 2 4-cost bosses. You can farm 2 4-cost bosses.
Actually, let's look. Let's see. The elements that you can get 2 4-stars for bosses. Looking at the sets that you can run right now, off rip, we see double Havoc right here, which is valid. You can see double Moonlit, so Donjin, Rover, like he said, you could even run this for your sub DPSs, like you could run this for Sanhua, you could run this for Mortefi, Yang Yang, Alto if you wanted. If you're running Moonlit with Alto, which I wouldn't, but that's a different story. Nothing with Arrow as of yet. Nothing with Fusion or this set. Can run double Electro. Now, Spectro, was there another Spectro version? No. Okay. So, not bad. This makes sense, and it could work. And I could possibly seeing a lot of people doing this with sub DPSs. But let Gacha cook. Let's see what happens. Let's see what he says.
And they're obviously infinitely, you can always farm it, and they're much more effective, much more quick to do, as opposed to going around the map and scout and scavenge hunting for those goddamn pesky 3-cost elites who don't drop a goddamn thing. The Thunderbird is a pain in my ass. Him and Flautist, not only do they not drop as much as the other elites do, they also don't drop the stat you want them to drop, which is Electro bonus on the Electric Bird, who often at times keeps giving me all my fusion pieces. I don't even have a fusion DPS, right? It's really annoying. So
tired of it.
How has it been working for me? Because I actually said, okay, as a free-to-play player, I don't have a lot of resources. It's quite scarce. It's quite finite. I can't just be doing this mid-max shit in the beginning of the game because I don't have a lot of resources. I need to have a set on.
Which is where a lot of people are going wrong. Bro, don't overdo it. Do not overextend your resources. Save them. I assume with higher union levels, we only got, I think some people got to union level 40 recently. I doubt anyone has hit 50 yet. Bro, save your resources. Please, 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 please. That's something we talked about in a tip video. Don't go too crazy at the beginning. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Get your one team solidified, and that's it. You're getting two is a little stretching a little bit too much, but do what you want.
On somebody that's reliable, effective, and can last me a long time. What I've come to realize is if you run the 4-3-3-1-1 and you have a dog shit crit value in your substats, you can't roll crit substats. That shit is ineffective and garbage. It is purely a mid-max method that you should be using once the game has been out for quite a bit of time and you've started getting good crit rate substats rolled in. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have these damage bonuses, right? You're a double electro damage bonus on the 2-3 causes, or electro attack percent on the 2-3 causes. But your crit value is 30 over 200. Your crit value is 40 or 50 over 200 or 180. So it doesn't matter if you have that extra damage bonus or that extra attack percent. You're not landing the crits as much as you could be. Whereas with the 4-4-1-1-1, it's way easier running 2 crit rate pieces or maybe a crit rate crit damage piece, getting the extra crit damage very early on to the point where you don't have to stress as much as about the substat crit value. You don't have to stress as much because you got those 2 double crit rate crit damage bonuses. And I have tested these builds, and if I'm being completely honest with you, I haven't gotten into the math yet. Into this game, just getting off a little side tangent. I haven't gotten in the numbers yet. Why? There's still so much to learn. There's so much to do. I don't want to talk about numbers yet. It's not that time to talk about numbers yet.
It's too early.
Talk about numbers once I have everyone built, and now we can get into the mid-max nerdy shit. But for now, how are these 4-4-1-1-1 builds performing? They're performing, especially for me, they're performing very well. In fact, if I'm being honest, the numbers kind of look pretty identical. Now, is that true?
I obviously can't confirm or deny if this is as good as, like, let's say, for example, if we look at Mortefi for a second, right? I can't confirm or deny if running a 4-piece Moonlit is going to be better, obviously. So if running like Imperium Heron, but then also if you can get a Bellborn as Moonlit, I can't speak on that. But I can say that I think this is a very legitimate strategy just based on what, Gacha's saying. And I could see this mainly working more for sub DPSs as opposed to main DPSs. Like, for example, running someone like Mort, you're really not getting any type of damage increase off of his fusion stat right here regardless. And when you're running someone like Mortefi or Sanhua, their main purpose is not to provide glacio or fusion damage. Their main purpose is to provide really stuff from their outro skills. Mort's outro skill is giving you a massive buff to heavy attack deepen, which is why he's so good with Gion, because Gion's ult converts everything to heavy attack deepen, but also his burst. Now, you can say his burst is going to be giving you fusion damage and it's applying burning, but even with the burst, I feel like by just leveling up the Resonance Liberation itself, I think, and again, I could be far off base here, but I feel like that is sufficient enough to the point where, as opposed to running a fusion set or that extra fusion damage, I think you would rather want to crit more consistently with that. So I think he's 100% right, man. And again, same thing with Sanhua. Her outro skill is going to give you that 38% buff for the normal attacks, which is very good with Colchero, which we've dropped gods on all these characters already. And, the glacio damage is really more something like if you were running like a team with Ling Yang. So obviously she does glacio damage by stacking up the resonance skill and the burst, and then you pop them. But again, I think you would want to probably consistently crit more, especially because you start at 5 crit rate and they give you 150 crit damage already. So they're kind of pushing you already with that goalpost with the crit damage, but the crit rate is rough. If you're running this 3-3 as opposed to a 4-4, you are really going to be struggling to get crit rate unless you have a crit rate damage. And a lot of weapons don't roll with crit rate, especially free-to-play. The only main free-to-play weapons that I have seen that are rolling with crit rate are from this banner, is from this. The Static Mystic, which is giving the crit rate, and then the Winter Broom Sword, which is giving you crit rate as well. Other than that, I've not really seen a lot of 4 stars, other than the Battle Pass ones that are giving you crit rate. So I think he's cooking. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I think it's going to be the best option for a main DPS, someone like a Havoc Rover, or even with a Donjon set, like maybe these two together I feel like since they're so focused around havoc damage, I could see it potentially not doing as much. But again, if you're critting, I feel like it could offset. So I'm not going to say that I think it's going to be the worst thing in the world. I think it can potentially offset. Again, same thing with Calchero, and especially when you get to Yinlin. Now with Yinlin, she is going to be giving you a buff. I believe it's about 20% to your electric damage. So you probably want some sort of electric bonuses here. But again, consistently critting with both of them, I think is going to be as well as replaced. So that's very interesting. It's a very interesting point, and I don't know what's better. And Gacha, he's saying he doesn't know what's better either from his limited testing. They're kind of weighing itself out, and obviously we won't know to get to the end game. But this is a very fair and solid point. And honestly, low key, I might test it myself and kind of pick one of these sub DPSs and just go 4-4-1-1 and see how it works. Let's see.
Probably not. But I could hardly tell the difference.
Yeah.
And I want to show you guys how my builds are looking on these characters that I'm using. And then I have a little showcase with Calcharo against the Tower of Adversity, against that douchebag bird, showing you how he performed with the 4-4-1-1-1 build. Good crit value, most importantly, good damage, and I was able to squeeze out a 12-star clear. I think that's important context to provide with regards to the value. The Havoc Rover is also doing good damage. She's ulting for around 34 to 40,000 damage with my Jian Shin attached to her. She's like doing auto attacks for like 4K to 2K in rapid succession. It's good damage that can last for a very long time. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you can use these builds until the ends of time if you wanted to, but I know everybody wants to have the best sub stats. However,
I think trying to get the best sub stats at the beginning of the game is what's ruining a lot of people's accounts. And I'm not going to say it ruined my account either, because my account is far from ruined, but I do think this strategy takes away a lot of the concern someone like myself and a lot of other people have, because don't spend your resources and your time leveling up these dog shit 3-stars or these really, really bad 3-stars, like farming endlessly, not getting anything. Spend that time getting the multiple 4s, and then after that, level those up with your tuners and your experience, and use that as a way and a gauge to really get to the content, as opposed to, you finally get that one Glacio, good Havoc piece that's a 3-star, and it rolls Havoc damage on top of, the attack. And then you finally level it after, and you get that after grinding for 5-6 hours, and it just gets defense, and all the stuff you don't want. So this is very valid. I think this is going to be a wave. I think a lot of people are going to, including myself, are going to adapt this for sure. This man Gacha spitting, bro. This motherfucking spit. What the fuck?
Ends of time if you wanted to. But I know everybody wants to have the best sub stats. However, in the beginning of a game, the launch of a game, you don't have that luxury. You really just don't. You don't have the luxury to be mid-max.
Unless your name is FOD
Also, as I'm sure you guys are probably wondering,
cracked.
Smack is the free-to-play account review coming soon. We want to see what your account looks like. I'll be doing that. Next very soon. All right, just bear with me a little bit.
The main 4 from the final boss, he has that enough crownless, and he has the 3 different ones. So he is still getting the 5-piece Sonata effect. Again, this is not going to work if you are running, let's say, 2 crownlesses or 2 4-piece, 2 of the same 4-piece. You want to try to get the same Sonata effect. So just keep that in mind.
Sitting at 90 over 226.
What?
That's thanks to the dope. No, I've eaten a food buff. Take away 22%.
This dude.
The food buff gives 22.
That's still a
so
lot.
80.
That's
70,
a lot. 70, 68.
She's sitting at 68 if you take away the 22%
that's a good split, bro.
crit rate food buff
That is a very good split.
68 over 226, which is actually very solid.
Yeah.
If we come over here, I have this at plus 25. I have this at plus 25. She's rocking 1 crit rate and 1
44 crit damage, 150 attack, energy regen, resonance liberation damage, which is perfect for Havoc Rover, and 7.5 crit rate. Oh my god. I think the max just goes to his 9 something. Quote me, let me know if I'm wrong. But I believe crit rate goes up to 9, and I think someone told me the crit damage substat goes up to 22. Again, I could be 1000% wrong. This information I was fed. But anyways, this is insane. This is a very good piece. I mean, the defense and HP are kind of really dead stats, but it's not the biggest deal in the world because, again, he has a 68 over to what, 200 and something? So 220 plus. Very, very, very solid.
crit damage. And that's because once you get Rover up to, I believe it's probably her last one. Yeah, once you unlock the S6, I think it's a free 25% crit rate in the Dark Surge state. So from where I stand, if you're gonna do the 44111 build on her, it's better to just do crit rate here, crit damage here, and then wait on that S6, and then she'll be looking solid. And like I said, this build,
and he's only running an attack.
If the double havoc bonus is better or havoc attack percent, doesn't matter. I guarantee you the damage ain't gonna be that big of a difference. This build is way more easier to build, and you're gonna get some good value out of it for a very long time. And like I said, I'd put my money on it and say the build can last till the ends of time. You don't need the best of the best builds. Now, I'll be honest, I got some good sub stats on my builds because what can I say? I'm the free to play Emanator. The game blessed me all the time.
The goat.
Look at that.
And I'm the goat with the yacht.
I wish I could have actually recorded all of this because I was doing it off stream with my boy, and I was literally calling these crit rate rolls and crit
22, crit rate 10. Oh, crit rate goes 10.5. Okay, so I'm wrong. Crit rate, it goes past 9.
Damage rolls. It was the funniest shit ever. Not getting off topic though. This is my double 4-cost 111 build on my Havoc Rover, and she looks solid with it. Calcharo, he's at 60 over 185.
That's not bad.
He doesn't have the 22% crit rate built in. That's 60. If he did, it'd be at 82. What I just came to find out that the only people that are going to have that 22 built in are the people who are already put on the field. So she's not at 76. That's 22 more. He's not at 53. That's 22 more. But these three units aren't even on the field right now, so they don't get that buff. Calcharo is at 60 over 185 or 186. And here's the thing. First of all, he can get more crit damage on these subs, right?
From subs.
But the thing is, I haven't even built these up yet. Once I build these two to 25, that's another 3 plus 4, another 7% crit chance. That'll put him pretty damn close to 70% crit chance over 186. And I had a dog water Calcharo build when I was running the 3-3-1-1 because these three. Maybe I still, yeah, here we go. Look at this piece right here, bro. It's asterisk. That's what I was rocking. And then this one, I already dumped it because I was just like, bro, this piece is so garbage. It was another 3-cost attack percent bird that just rolled like defense, HP defense. So I said, screw this, bro. I'm getting 2 crit rate 4/4s and I'm calling it a day, man. And guess what? It's been doing me wonders. Finally, my Donjin, I can actually just swap my Rover off of her build and slap it on Donjin if I wanted to. Or because 2 4/4s are so fucking easy to build, you can just grind the bosses for double crit.
The good thing about those two is that they only drop in Havoc, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Dreamless only drops in Havoc and Crownless only drops in Havoc. So off rip, this strategy is the easiest for Havoc. Off rip, without a doubt. That's going to be the easiest part. The Bellborn and the Heron are going to be very easy too. I mean, Bellborn, you get either the Healing Sonata set or the Moonlit. So these 4 are farm them like now. Like right now. And same thing here. No, okay. Thundering Memphis and Tempest Memphis. Same shit, bro. All of these sets, the only one that you could possibly get something different for is the healing set for the Bellborn. And even if you do, throw that shit on Arena, bro. So, wow. And I think this would just get even more valid as the game goes on. Once we get another Fusion 4-star that's not an Infernal Rider, another Mechan Abomination, a Morning Ox, you know what I'm saying? I say Ox, whatever. This is really, really solid. This is very, very solid.
Crit rate again, which is what I did. So once I take this up, she'll be good to go, and she'll have good crit rate value, man. And Donjin will be ready to rock and roll sitting at a solid like 60% once I top everything off. So it's way easier to build, saves way more time. You don't have to stress about getting these goddamn annoying 3-cost echoes, and it'll last you for a very long time. It's good builds to invest in. Most importantly, at the launch of a game. At the launch of a game, your resources are just incredibly scarce. I can't stress that to you enough. And it's built that way to instill that gacha pressure into you to want to spend money on the game. So I recommend 44111.
We're playing this game wrong.
Over the 3/3s, unless you just get god tier rolls on those 3/3 sub stats. Then
we're playing this game wrong. That's the problem. I mean, obviously, I still think there's a problem with the wave plate cost. Excuse me, with the Tacit Field cost and the rewards and the distribution of actually leveling the echoes. But we're playing the game wrong for sure. This is actually pretty big. Obviously, something like Gion, you can't use it for Gion. You can't do this for Encore. But for these other characters, we're playing the game wrong. We're playing the game wrong.
Sure, you could run that. But most likely, a lot of people are probably running through the same thing I'm running into, which is trying to get those main stats. And then you get the main stats and then it's dog shit fucking sub stats. So your crit value is looking like this right here, which is horrible. So that's my recommendation. Now let's do a little showcase where Calcharo goes up against the bird in the Tower of Adversity, and then we'll wrap this build off. All right, so this is going to be the 44111 Calcharo sitting at, right now he's sitting at 61 over like 186. And again, he's not even fully built. A lot of the pieces are plus 20, plus 20. Yeah, they're sitting around plus 20 because plus 25 is just very expensive. Right now, we're just trying to keep those two birds together. And if we can get lucky and get a annoying little one of those, whatever the hell you call those mobs, if we can keep them together as well, great. I'm using Sanwa with Calcharo because her basic attack deepen does work on his ultimate basic attacks because they're not considered.
It does. I need motherfuckers to stop going to my comments saying that it doesn't work like that. Read the bro, I read you the fucking talents. Please, Sanwa works with Calcharo's ultimate. Stop and read, brother, please.
Resonance Liberation, they're considered basic attacks, which is nice.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty solid team though. It's a good copium team for a Yinlin holder. Once Yinlin drops, I'm swapping out Sanwa for Yinlin, of course. Okay, right here we got a whole minute and 15 seconds to get rid of this bird, and this is where you get to really see Calcharo pop off with the 44111 build.
Yeah, perfect.
By the way, I love Sanwa.
She's really fun, man. She's fun.
Notice that quick swap there. I don't even think the bird. Yeah, I think I quick swapped too early. The bird didn't even come down. That's unfortunate. Look at that damage, man. This is 4411 costs at level 6060.
This is valid, man.
And I'm telling you, if you go look at a 43311 cow, bro, it looks about the same, guys.
Yeah. There's no.
It looks about the same, and I guarantee you, they worked 80 times as hard for that 4331. Spending all kinds of resources, man. You get that 44111, that shit's gonna hold it down for a hot minute, guys. I guarantee you. All right, there we go. Very nice. Notice before I popped ult, I did the heavy attack plunge because that gives a Calcharo a nice little damage bonus. One more dodge. This bird's annoying, bro. He never stops moving. A part of the time crunch, and there we go. That's a 3-star clear with the 44111. So there you have it, man. Nice build, good budget build to hold you down until we get into the point of the game where we can afford to throw away resources in an effort to get better stats. So there you have it. And Havoc Rover, it's the same concept. In fact, I'll show you the Havoc Rover damage so you don't feel like I'm bluffing, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, so this should be able to show you how much my Havoc Rover is doing with the 4411 cost while we were going up against this monkey.
Not even with down.
Here it is. Look at this damage. All right, 4K. There it is. Here's an ult for 30
PP damage. Yeah,
34.5. Good damage. Another like a 30k from that ult too. So yeah, that's the Havoc Rover with the 44111 build, and all I did was get a boosted crit rate from the food I ate, so it doesn't impact the damage numbers you're seeing on the screen at all. Overall, guys, I think running 44111 is the best way to build your characters that can afford those builds, like who have the fucking elements that can grind.
You got it, man.
I think that's the best method to go for right now at this stage in Wuthering Waves. Who cares about the damage numbers that are being mathed out by the theory crafters right now, which I'm not trying to throw shade at them. They're doing a fantastic job. I wouldn't even stress about that. I'd be stressing about just getting characters built. And that's one of the best ways to do it in the beginning of the game right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Yeah, man. No, he won. Oh, they're working on my own video. Go check out that Taylor's video. Nah, he won. He won. He killed it. He killed that. That was nah, 444 or nothing. Go home. That's a funny comment. Nah, that's crazy, brother. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna build that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for Yinlin. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do that for Yinlin. I think I'm dragging it. I might want to try to get a 3-piece for Yinlin as well because the electro damage. But that's valid. That's valid. This is a new way to play the game. I don't think it's great game breaking. Like oh my god, this is the craziest shit ever. But that's a new way to play the game, man. I think this is a way in which a lot of our issues will be addressed. Now, obviously not from Kuro themselves, but the fact that you can grind those sets with those specific characters. It's valid. W Gacha Smack. Mwah. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one.